Good evening, viewers, and welcome to CleverNet TV in Diaspora. Here I'm Promise Ebuzeme, your host, and this is Talk with Promise. Please do not forget to sign up to CleverNet TV at www.clevernet.com, where you can watch movies, you can put up blogs, you can also see other blogs. You can also watch free movies. You can also put up your events and watch other events, and so many more you can do on CleverNet TV. Today we're speaking about the importance of Igbo culture, and here with me I have a special guest in the house. In the, Her name is Miss Esther Chidera Chukwu. She's the Adibo South Africa and a facilitator of HLC Theatre Group, HLC Igbo School South Africa. Hi Esther, welcome to Clevernet TV.
Hi, Promise, and hi to your viewers.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. So tell us more about yourself. Who is Esther?
Well, my name is Esther, as you said, Esther Chidera Chukwu. I'm currently the Adibo South Africa. I'm from Imo State, Nigeria, BC to be precise. And then I studied human resource management at the University of Johannesburg, and currently working as a real estate consultant, or you can say a real estate agent at Eagle Star Properties. And also the firstborn of, we're five basically, but I'm the firstborn, so I have four siblings. I'm not sure if I covered everything or if you want to know more.
No, it's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us today. So tell us, what is Igbo culture all about? You know, there are a lot of people that don't know about Igbo culture. They might have heard about Igbo, but they don't know what Igbo is all about. So tell us about Igbo culture.
So Igbo culture, basically, in Igbo, we call it Omenala Ndi Igbo. So it's all about the customs, the practice, the traditions, our food, our dance, music, basically everything that has to do with Igbo people from the southeastern Nigeria. So in terms of, we have obviously the customs and traditions, the music. When we talk about music, we have different instruments. We have our Igbo instruments, certain Igbo instruments that we use in terms of music that are not like the modern kind of instruments. We have the OP, we have the chaka, and so on. And also, in terms of music as well, we have Igbo, they have their own version of jazz and music for life. I believe every Igbo person, they all know high life, know what high life is all about. You get people, musicians such as Bright Chimezie, you get Osita, Osadebe, and many more musicians. And also with Igbo as well, we have our attires. Whenever you get into a certain environment and you see an Igbo person, you identify them from their outfits, from their attires. We have their beads, obviously, which their beads, the materials, everything, basically. And then also we have people that are also known for their celebrations, which is the one you met me at the New Yam Festival, the Imiji Festival. It's one of the Igbo celebrations. Basically, it's a way of them, excuse me, it's a way of them securing a better or a great harvest. They have that belief. And also with Igbo, in Igbo as well, you have different dialects, right? So you get people from, okay, let's say maybe Anambra or let's say Imo State from my side. The way we pronounce things are quite different, but it's all the same thing. You see. So let's say, for example, morning. If you want to say morning, in some parts, in some of the dialects, you say ututu, while for us, we say ututu. So it's quite different. And also, when you want to use a word such as sit down, some people say no diala, while some people say do roche. So there are a couple of things that are quite different, but we all understand each other when we speak. That's the unique thing about Igbo. We all understand each other when we speak. Also, when you want to say no, some people say mba, and then some people say olo. So we say olo. We don't say mba that much. We say olo. So, but we understand each other. That's if you're fluent in Igbo and if you grew up and understanding Igbo, it will be very easy for you to actually understand.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. The next question is what is HLC Igbo? What's the full meaning of HLC and what is the school all about?
Well, HLC is home language and culture. HLC, home language and culture, learning basically, Igbo School, South Africa. So basically it was founded by Amarachi, a woman called Mrs. Amarachi, Mrs. Amarachi Mobi. So she saw that we are gradually losing our culture, we're losing our language, we're losing touch of our identity. So she decided to start this institution. And it's been on for about 5 years now. And HLC is all about, it teaches kids basically from 5 years old and more about our Igbo language, our Igbo culture, our Igbo dance, our Igbo food, and many more, the native food, obviously, and many more. And also, our class is basically, we have free classes. It's a free class, basically. You only pay once off registration fee, which is 1,000, and then you come to class and so on, which are normally on Saturdays between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we have our office, we have a class in Johannesburg CBD as well as in Randburg.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So what are your objectives? I know you've mentioned quite a few objectives, but what are the main objectives of HLC and what are the advantages?
So the main objective of HLC is basically to help protect dying language and culture. Let me use this example. I have a classmate of mine that grew up in Nigeria and came over to South Africa, but he does not understand Igbo. He doesn't understand Igbo, he can't speak. So you can imagine, let's say for someone who is born in South Africa, we can use an excuse that, okay, because of the different languages and cultures in South Africa, that could be one of the factors that made it impossible for them to learn Igbo. But for someone who grew up even in Nigeria, and now when he's here, it's very difficult, and he's a man, it's even difficult, more difficult for a man. Because, I mean, no matter what, a lady, you can get married and move to another country and whatnot, but a man, you still have to go back home somehow. So it was very difficult for him to now be able to fully express himself, you see. So that's one of the things we are trying to avoid. We try to protect the dying culture and just revive it, basically. And the next objective is to foster a sense of belonging and identity. An example I would use is the founder. She actually told us a story. It's a very funny story about her daughter. The daughter actually, she told her daughter to go to Nigeria for the holiday and stay with the grandma, the grandmother. So she went to Nigeria. Mind you, the girl, she doesn't understand Igbo. Or back then, she didn't understand Igbo. She couldn't speak. So it was very difficult for her to communicate with her peers, with children her age. So when she was there in Nigeria, they would call her Onyocha, Onyocha. You know, Onyocha means white lady, white lady. And she wouldn't know what they're saying. She said, "What are you saying?" So, you know, kids, they will make fun of you if you don't know your language. They made fun of her. They made her feel left out. She didn't feel like she belonged. You know, obviously, when you don't understand your culture, you don't understand your language, you feel like you don't have an identity. So that was one of the things that actually triggered her Because her daughter, eventually, when her daughter now got back, her daughter told her mom that if you want me to go back to Nigeria ever, you need to make sure, teach me Igbo, or else I'm never going back to Nigeria. So it was her daughter challenged her, which is also one of the reasons that made her also start up this school as well. So we try as hard as possible to make everyone feel like they are part of something, basically. Understand their culture. The next one is to enable our children to get connected um, to their roots. Understand where you're coming from, know how, okay, if you're getting married, how that's, like, what are the processes that need to take place? If this is happening, what do I need to do? Because if you are in another country and someone asks you where you're from, you say, oh, I'm from Nigeria. What tribe? Igbo. And then they ask you a question and you don't know anything. You feel more lost than they. And some of them even know more about our culture because, I mean, they can relate and so on. And they watch a lot of our uh, a lot of our videos. Some of them are even married to Igbo people. So those are basic our objectives. And then the advantage, obviously, the advantages is it opens you up to social and cultural opportunities. For example, a way someone would address you or communicate with you when you guys are from the same place is quite different from the way the person would relate to you if you're not. I remember when I went for an assessment appointment. Obviously, like the majority of people, they don't know that I'm Nigerian unless I or know that I'm Igbo unless I speak my language. So the guy came with his client and they were having a conversation in Igbo. So immediately I knew they were Igbo. But still I had to like remain, professional and just mind my business. It's not my mind your business and do what you have to do there and leave. So eventually when we got to the property, I'm using this as an example because it will kind of clarify certain things. When we got to the place, now there are certain things you're not supposed to discuss in front of the tenant. So the client was now asking a question, which he wanted to, asking him question in English. So the tenant could easily hear. I had to now come in immediately and in Igbo, obviously, and tell them that, no, we can't have this conversation here. We need to actually go outside. When we're outside, we can have that conversation. So the guy was shocked. So because obviously in the beginning he was just there, okay, asking me questions, being all serious. The moment I spoke, he said, I didn't realize we're people. I said, yeah, I'm people. And then from there he just changed. He became more comfortable and it was easier for him to actually express himself, and everything. So it makes it easier for you. And also when people have opportunities, it's easier for you to get opportunities for people to refer you to someone because they know, okay, this is my person, she's from my place. Why buy? So she's from my country, she's from my place. So it's easier for people to relate with you and for you to gain access to opportunities and so on. So it also allows, the advantage also allows our ladies to know how to cook and so on. Unfortunately, there are certain ladies, I know few, that do not know how to prepare our local dishes or do not know anything at all about our culture. So with HLC, it helps you to learn how to cook, to learn how to dance, our cultural dance. It also helps you understand our culture and everything and many more. And it makes communication easier as well. It makes communication easier. It's easier for you to gossip. It's easier for you to actually have a conversation. Feel free to have a conversation with someone in your language and English. For example, in some of our people, when you're speaking in English, this one you want to tell us that you're the only one that went to school. But the moment you speak Igbo, it's almost like you cleared the atmosphere and just you see yourself having serious conversations with them, you see. So basically that's it, the objective and the advantage of
Thank you very
HLC.
much. Thank you very much. So basically, it helps build a great relationship.
Exactly. It helps you build good relationships. It opens doors for you, gives you better opportunities. Because there are certain, even in this country, there are certain Igbo people that are doing quite well. And the way they will relate with you is quite different from the way they might relate with someone else. Once they know that you can speak their language, it's quite different. It's easier for them to open up, yeah, and express themselves, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Miss Chidera. Viewers, we've heard a lot from her. Let's quickly just go for a break. Please stay tuned. Thank you.
In the 21st century's technological advancement, we all seek opportunities to move and network with the emerging space. Introducing Clevenard blog and event posting. Do you think you have some interesting materials, good content, articles, and stories? Then feel free to publish them on Clevenard blog and events page, just as team of our writers are doing presently. By blogging on Clevenard's blogs and events, you benefit from our reach and network. There are a constant stream of people visiting our social platform, and we have figured out just how to distribute our contents. This means you can basically skip the line and get access to a big audience from day one. Furthermore, we can help you get in touch with important people for projects with possibilities of translating your content into other languages and republishing them on Clevenard. This helps preserve and protect your content from getting lost. What's more, you also get to be part of our team with access to our network and lots of exclusives, behind the scenes information. And of course, you get full credit for everything you do, which brings you popularity and make extra income. Sign up now on clevenard.com and start blogging to your advantage. Please see the tutorial video on how to blog or post events on Clevenard Blogs and Events. For more information, contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com. Clevenard, your blogs, your identity.
Hi viewers, welcome back to CleverNet TV in Diaspora. And here with us is still Miss Esther Chidera Chukwu. We're speaking on a topic titled what's the importance of Igbo culture. And she has spoken a lot about HLC, which is a school where they teach a home language culture school, where they teach Igbo kids how to speak Igbo and the culture about Igbo and Igbo culture. Ms. Chidera, you made mention about HLC, which have started 5 years ago. So what has HLC produced within these 5 years?
Well, we've done a couple of beauty pageants. The IGBO. Like I said before, I'm the second IGBO. There's a first IGBO. Onye channel is Onye Chukwu. There was also an Opari as well. So basically what happens is, this is under HLC, right? It's under the umbrella of HLC. So what happens is, it's like a competition. It's not really just about the beauty. It's all about, because it tastes different things. During our own time, we had to come there, do a cooking show. You had to basically, like, they will come to your cooking station. They will ask you questions. What are you doing? What are you cooking? What are the ingredients that you're using? And you need to mention those ingredients in Igbo, and you need to actually explain what you're cooking in Igbo. So it takes you out of your comfort zone. It teaches you, you learn your language, you become more comfortable and more confident in speaking your language. So basically that's one of the things that we've done, make the youth, or our Igbo youth, more confident, more comfortable, more competent when it comes to Igbo, communicating in Igbo obviously, and also the cooking as well, both the boys and the girls. Because the previous one, they didn't do cooking. During our own time, we did cooking. It also tests your cooking. and also answering a question, dancing as well. I remember the theater group when we started, some of the ladies were telling me, Chidera, I can't dance to save my life. I'm stiff. I told her that, no, you can't be that. You can't be just negative. Let's try it out. You see that you'll be able to dance. And where I made you promise, the New York Festival, she was one of the ladies that danced that day. When I was teaching them, you know, she was struggling a bit, but you have to motivate, because when you're not used to something, it's difficult. So those are one of the things: dancing, cooking, understanding the culture. Now she comes to me and she is busy speaking Igbo. I'm looking at her. Okay.
That's wonderful.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah, it helps a lot. And also, obviously, with our students, even with some of the kids, they learn how to dance and so on. Even want to incorporate a drama, you know, theater, obviously to be in Igbo as well, you know, and also obviously the speaking. They are more confident in speaking, like I said before. They are more confident in speaking Igbo. It's much easier for them. You know how we call it English, but when you mix English with Igbo, you know, you just put in everything there. So, but it's easier now for them to speak Igbo. They understand where they're coming from, you know, and so on. So the Adibo has been a great platform of bringing the Igbo community together, you know, and teaching our youth, teaching our children, even sometimes adults, because there are certain adults, like a lady that called me. There was a lady that called me. She's maybe in her late 20s or early 30s. She has a child. She was telling me that her father is Nigerian, but her mom, I think from Kenya, or I'm not sure which other country. So she was telling me that when growing up, her dad didn't really teach her. She doesn't know her culture. She doesn't understand. She can't even speak, you know. So she was very embarrassed. I told her, no, you shouldn't be. It's never too late to learn. You know, she's saying, no, she can't. Even, you know, with cooking, I told her, we also will assist you with, you know, with cooking and everything. We'll teach you. She said, no, it's fine, because she's shy. She said, no, it's fine, that when her kid reaches 5 years old, she will bring the child so we can teach the child. I said, okay, not a problem. So that's it basically. So we've somehow created youths that are more confident, that understand where they're coming from, that know their identity basically, and that I'm happier. Because when you know where you're coming from and you can relate with people like from where you're coming from, it's easier for you. It makes life easier for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. At least they get to understand more about where they're coming from, which is lovely. Everyone wants to know where they're coming from. You know, you don't want to be lost out there in the world. What's the importance of Igbo culture? Because I know everybody also want to own their own culture, but sometimes I feel like it's really important, because at the end of the day, you want to go to work, being a world whereby you speak English. You know, you work in countries whereby it's English as the first language. So sometimes I ask myself, what's this culture? Our culture is fading away. So what's the importance of this culture? So tell me.
Yeah. So, like you said, our culture is really fading away. Igbo culture is very important, because if you do not understand your culture, where you're coming from, your identity, you're almost like a person without identity. Believe me, I used to be one of the people that said, what am I going to do with people? What am I going to do with this and that? I remember when the first Adibo approached me, and because we went to the same university at UJ, so she approached me and told me about this competition. I know at UJ there's what we call International Festival, where we showcase our culture, dance, food, everything. And she knew that on the, I think, first year I performed there, I did all those that. But after a while, after that, I just told myself, these are the things I used to do in Nigeria. Let me not come here and stress myself. What's the use of it? But it's very important, because at the end of the day, the way people get so excited when you say you're from Nigeria, They want to know, okay, do you know egusi? Do you know egusi soup? Egusi? You know, so if you don't know, they ask you all those questions, having so much expectations, and then you don't know anything. You'll be ashamed of yourself, you know. So it's always important. It's our language, our culture is very important. It gives you a sense of belonging. It makes it easier for you, basically. Really, it makes it easier for you to communicate with your people, to relate with them because they know where you're coming from. Like, for example, there are certain things that we do that people do not understand, but someone from our side will know. For example, they know Igbo people as loud, or there's certain things that we do that they condemn, but we as Igbo people, we understand our people. It makes it easier for us to be able to speak with them. It makes it easier for us to relate with them. And when you even work under that person, it makes it easier for you to flourish because you understand, okay, if this person is speaking loud, they're not really shouting at me. They're actually that's their own way of communicating. You get, so Igbo culture is it's important. It's important. I can't stress it more. It's very important. I'm telling you. Even no matter how educated you are, no matter how Harvard what, there's nothing as great as just coming back home or just hanging out with certain people and being able to express yourself properly. Because there's certain things you want to say in English, the right words will not be there. But when you speak it in Igbo, it's deep. You know, like it's very deep. So Igbo culture it's important, just like every other culture. So, and the funny part, or should I say the sad part, is let's say cultures such as Yoruba, you see Yoruba people, they can speak fluently. They don't care where they are. Once they come together, you see them speaking, communicating, and the fact that they're able to just speak it makes it easier for them to help each other. If you check, even in US and Yoruba people are everywhere, you know. So once you have that community, it's easier for okay, my child needs a bursary or this. Oh, you have that community. Okay, I actually have someone that works in this place and that. So it makes it easier for you to gain access to information and also opportunities as well.
Beautiful. I'm sure the Igbos must be proud to have you as their daughter.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. So I know training kids or teaching kids on how to speak the language or how to communicate in Igbo language, it can be quite difficult. So how do you guys manage these difficulties in HLC Igbo in South Africa?
Well, it all depends because some kids are quick learners, they're fast learners, while some are a bit slow. And also, it all also depends on the parents. Remember, at the end of the day, you can do what you can do. It's also the duty of their parents to go home to also just assist their kids and reverse, like, give them revision of what we've already taught them. So it's not just our job. We do our own bit, but it's also the responsibility of the parents to actually show interest in assisting their kids. It's more or less the same as a child that is in a smaller grade. Even if the teacher at school teach, okay, A, B, C, D, this, that, there's limited time, for them to learn. But you are with them at home. It's also your duty as a parent. So what we do is basically we teach them what we can, assist them how we can, but it's also the parents' responsibility, and also obviously give them materials, learning materials that they can use at home to now further also like learn more and that the parents can use to assist them. So it's easier for them because if we just teach them at school only, it's difficult for them. It will be difficult for them to understand and to remember. You see, so that's basically it. We also just advise parents to assist their kids at home as well.
That's wonderful. Okay, viewers, you've heard a lot about how important Igbo culture is, and we'll be getting more when we come back from the break. Please don't forget to sign up to Clevernet TV, www.clevernet.com. Thank you. Please stay tuned.
Hello there. Looking for an African movie? Search no further. Cleveland African Movies TV is here for you. We are dedicated to the acceleration of African films, TV series, documentaries, and lots more. Explore our movies at home or on the go. Cleveland Movies is free to watch on cleveland.com. Don't miss this opportunity. Hurry now. Sign up and subscribe today.
Welcome back, viewers. Here with me is still Miss Chidera Esther Chukwu, and we're still on CleverNet TV. And in case you haven't signed up, where you can find wonder movies and blogs, you can put up blogs, and you can also blog if you want to. Please sign up to CleverNet TV. Chidera, so tell me, what are all the challenges you face as a facilitator in HLC Igbo South Africa?
I think one of our biggest challenges has been sponsorship. I won't lie to you. That has been one of our biggest, because already you know that the school is free. It's just a registration fee of 1,000, which just keeps our school like gives us roof and shelter and everything. But sponsorship has been one of the problems, because obviously if we had sponsorship, we could do more. There's certain things that we want to do. Amarachi, which is the founder, most of the things that she does, or she did even in the past with the previous IGBO essay beauty pageant, she used her own finances, her personal money. You can imagine how frustrating it is. And also, she didn't really have much support. Unlike now that she has me, it makes it a bit easier for her. Back then, she didn't really have much support, so she struggled. So it's one of our biggest challenge is sponsorship. I would like to it's sponsorship. That's the number one challenge. One, if we're able to get sponsorship, we can do a lot more. And also during COVID actually created a lot of problems, because majority of the students that were teaching then, their parents became worried that, oh, I don't want my kids to get COVID-19, this, that, Corona. So a lot of them stopped. So it's almost like we now started from scratch again, recruiting and, so, but obviously things are much better now. COVID is in the past and it will remain in the past. It's not coming back. So yeah, that's it. So the biggest challenge we've had is just the sponsorship.
Okay, beautiful. How do you guys contribute to the society? Because now you're in South Africa, not in Nigeria, and you should be contributing to the country where you are. So how do you think what changes have you guys made, to your own society, to your community at large, and also in Nigeria?
Oh, in Nigeria, for now, in Nigeria, what we can say about Nigeria is that we are trying to spread our culture and everything. That's what I can say for Nigeria, because we're here now. But for the country, Amarachi, which is the founder, she tries. It just depends on some people. She's also into beauty and so on. She's into the makeup, the massage, and whatnot. So sometimes she assists people, just teach them. I know she even wanted to get me into it. So she would just teach them, some people assist them, teach them on how to do makeup, all those things, which they can obviously utilize and start up their own business. Once they're done with the training and so on, because she has a registered school for that as well, beauty school as well. So that's her own way of giving back to the community. And yeah, I think that's basically what she is able to do now. Like I said, with sponsorship, we're able to do more. We'll be able, more than able to do more. So she's basically using her skills. We're using what we have to, to help out. Yeah.
Beautiful. This is the end of the conversation. I don't know if you have any other thing to add. If you have any other thing you want to add, please feel free. You can speak.
What would I like to add? I think I've just touched up on everything, but I would like to encourage parents. I know you might think that, okay, my child, I want my, because I remember there was a specific man that said, oh, I want my kids to speak the best English. You get Chinese people, they can hardly pronounce words, but the kind of money they have, you see them, they speak like kids. You get, they are struggling to pronounce words, struggling to make a sentence, yet they have so much knowledge and they're so rich. They even have people interpreting for them. But we place so much emphasis and so much importance in English. You know, you can still, in your life, you can still do so much. So I think our parents, they need to really try and educate their kids more. Like, for example, a lot of people wouldn't think that. I know when I entered the competition, let me tell you now, when I entered the competition, the IGBO competition, when I got there, I was just like, okay. They're looking at my complexion. They're looking at my eye color. They're looking at me. In their mind, they're thinking. They were even speaking in language. My mom was sitting in the crowd as well. So they said, are you sure this guy is Igbo? Someone literally walked towards me and asked me, where are you from? You see me, I'm dancing. I'm part of the competition. You're asking me where I'm from. Where am I supposed to be from? So, yeah. So I think, imagine someone like me now, I'll just, okay, I'm Igbo, this, but I'm not interested because I'm like, no, it's not that. It's not about your skin color or anything. Igbo is important because as much as it's easier for me to gossip with my mom. Imagine if I didn't know how to speak Igbo. Something, during emergency now, you're somewhere with your mom or your dad or a friend or something during emergency and you need to communicate. How do you communicate if not with your language, right? Because they don't hear it unless they hear it. But it's easier for you, to mingle. It's easier for you once you get into with your people. It's easier for you to blend in, and from there, you never know where job opportunity or something will just come up. Like for example, the one that actually got me into this, the first IGBO, because I used to speak with her and so on. We communicate in our language. Imagine if I was forming, I was just there like, okay, only, just forming. You get some people that you see that these people are faking it. They're just forming. So the fact that I was able to now speak my language with her opened her heart and made it easier for her to communicate with me. And she was able to now tell me about this opportunity and so on. Although at first, what she was saying, it entered here and it came out here. So it was only when she now told the founder, she was the one that spoke to me. But what made me actually get into the competition or become part of this was her passion. She now told me, okay, the reason why she's doing that. At first I said, what am I going to do with Igbo? What am I going to do with Igbo? That's how we are. I'm in South Africa. I don't need that right now. But the way she spoke, it just made me fall in love with it. And it's very important because you see a lot of kids struggling. I see a lot of people my age struggling because they don't understand their language. There was a classmate of mine at UJ that literally, she almost went into depression because now she was born in US and then she grew up here in South Africa. So she doesn't understand Igbo. Both her parents are Igbo. She doesn't even know how to cook Igbo. So when she is with her fellow Igbo ladies, they'll always point that out, make her feel, when people belittle you and make you feel horrible about yourself. Okay, you're going to those people from this country, you don't even understand their language and whatnot, and your own people, you can't even relate with them at the same time. So she almost got into depression. I had to say, girl, snap out of it. Just because you don't, it doesn't really matter at those points. You can, unfortunately, it's not your fault. What your parents would have done better if they actually started speaking Igbo to you from a young age. So it's very important for our people to teach their kids Igbo, no matter where you are. I remember also this IGBO thing, they also have it in UK and US, if I'm not mistaken. You see kids, this Chinese, half Nigerian, they're speaking Igbo. I'm looking here. Okay. And you yourself that grew up in Nigeria, to make a full sentence in Igbo it's difficult. It's so shameful. It's very shameful. So let me not take too much of your time. I'm going on and on. I'm going on and on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Igbo, it's important for us to know where we come from. And also, guys, please, we need sponsorship for us to do what we're doing and to be better at it. We need to sponsor us. So however you can help, you can just reach out to us.
How can they reach out to you?
We have different social media platforms. Well, you can call me on my cell phone number at 062-905-8466. If you're not in the country, you can just add +27, then 62905-8466. And then on our Facebook, you can reach out. Our Facebook person is HLC Learning on Facebook, HLC Learning. And then on Instagram, it's IGBO_SA, capital letter SA. And then on TikTok, it's IGBO_SA1 as well. Or you can also call the founder as well. Her cell phone number is there. You can call her on 073-759-7583. So these are the different social media platforms you can just call us on cell phone, DM us, we will attend to it. We'll respond. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Chidera. It's really been nice talking to you. It has been a nice discussion so far.
And thank you so much.
You're welcome. Viewers, you've heard a lot about how important Igbo culture is, and it's very important for we as Nigerians or we as South Africans, whatever country you belong to, it's very important to take your culture seriously, to know how to speak your language, to know how to make the African dishes at large. It doesn't matter where you're from. You can learn how to make different kind of African dishes, because we are all one Africa at the end of the day anyways. So please do not forget to sign up at Clevernet TV. You can sign up at www.clevernet.com. And you can share the link to so many people because there are great deals on Clevernet TV. You really need to check it out. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.
Clevenard in Diaspora Television is an internet online TV service. What sets us apart is a unique combination of hit African content, first and exclusive international free movies, series, musics, news, events, documentaries, tourism, teleshopping shows, youth TV programs, and live interviews. Clevenard Diaspora Television is available throughout sub-Saharan Africa and to the diaspora markets worldwide. Take your entertainment with you wherever you go. Watch on your smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart TV, depending on your device. Watch free movies with Clevenard Movies Television. Stop searching for free movies websites and watch Clevenard Movies Television. Watch your favorite African shows anywhere at any time. Don't forget to check out our top 5 TV channels created to get you informed. TV1, Clevenard in Diaspora Television. TV2, Clevenard Youth Television. TV3, Clevenard Movies Television. TV4, Clevenard Teleshopping Television. TV5, Clevenard Tourism Television. To start watching, sign up at www.clevenard.com and follow the easy steps. Once you're done, log into the Clevenard website or app on your device, click on any one of our 5 TV channels, and hit play. We will be very satisfied and happy to welcome you to our team as one of our new business partners. Contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com.